Okay, all right, all right, all right. How's everyone doing? How you doing? The Needone cigar humidor. Ironically, I apparently need three of them because that's what I have now. This is a great company. When I originally was contacted by them, this was the humidor that I wanted because I believe this is the smallest unit that they make. This is the model number, it says NO-150-CD, and you know, I live in an apartment, and I'm not a big cigar guy. I mean, I've always enjoyed a cigar. I used to be really big into cigars. I just don't spend money frivolously like that these days. Those of you who watch the channel regularly are laughing. Show us another watch. Yeah, I get it, I get it. But, you know, the only cigars I'm smoking these days are cigars you're sending me. So, and thank you for that. Having said that, that's why I don't need a large cigar humidor personally. Matter of fact, the big one that I did a review on is probably going to go to, it might go to the Cigar Lounge in Pahrump, Nevada, and he might give that away to somebody, I don't know. I've got a medium size that I have at the Arizona pad. But this is perfect for, neither of which are being used, by the way. This one will be used because I can put cigars in it because it's small enough to where it makes sense. And I think this is probably the unit that you want, all right, if you're looking to get a cigar humidor for yourself. So let's just do a quick unboxing here and talk about the features. We've done this before. I like to show the packaging because sometimes, you know, you guys order something online and you're nervous about, oopsie, that didn't work out so well. You guys are nervous about how it's going to arrive. You're spending your hard-earned coin. And this is it. Right off the bat. That's hard plastic corners here that they're going to really protect things from moving around. The foam. And by the way, I use this stuff for all sorts of things. If you're gardening, you know, you got to kneel down on a hard surface or something. This is usable stuff. It's not just garbage. Even though it seems like I'm treating it as such. Oh, okay. I thought it might be in another box, but it's not. So all of this around here is all packaging. This is good. I'm telling you, this is good stuff. In my world, nothing is garbage. I use everything. I find a use for everything. I'm a thrifty fellow. See what we got going on there. Yeah. Right off the bat, it just looks cool. Now, what's really cool, this has a wood grain veneer on it. This has a wood grain veneer on it. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. The other two are just black metal. This is really... This is fancy schmancy. Wow. I gotta tell you, I'll be honest. Guy like me is way too nice for a guy like me. This makes it look like I've got some class. I know, you're all laughing. Not a classy guy. Okay, so personally, I'm not a fan of the gold trim. That's just me, but that doesn't mean anything. It's got these two little handles here, so you can pick it up. They are not very deep, okay? It doesn't have a lot of weight to it. It has a top drawer. This is all standard cigar humidor hardware. You know, it's got the cedar smell. It should be all lined in Spanish cedar. We will find out. We'll look at the little stuff here. Wow, the print is extremely small. I'm going to have to pull out a pair of reading glasses here, but soak purified water in a sponge and wipe the inside and dry for 3 to 4 hours. By the way, if you get your cigars and they come in a little wooden box, I do this all the time. I don't use purified water. I'll use tap water or whatever. I will wet the lid on the inside of those little wooden cigar boxes, and that will help. And if you're not smoking your cigars, just do that from time to time. It'll put some moisture into those cigars and keep them from crumbling apart. It's a good tip. This has a little divider that has a little rubber on each end of it here, so it's a friction thing, so I can divide this up if I have shorter cigars. I love it. I love it. I like that I can see in it, and this is a nice air seal too. You see that little drop right there? I'll zoom in and show you some of these details in a moment. What is this? This is a humidor right here. I could tell just by looking at it. I don't know if you just soak it or you pop it open. It opens. There's a sponge in here. So you would moisten that and you would put that in there. This is probably just for up here. It was in that little bag. That's what it says right here in picture number 2. After a few hours of resting, check the humidity meter, confirm the humidity. So all the instructions are right here. We don't have to go through this. But that's what's going on. There's individual little humidors. Let's open this door. Oh, that's nice too. Look at this. So there are 3 more of these humidors. I'm calling them a humidor. They're a moisture container. So this is a little bit different than the other ones. There is a USB charger, which I'm going to guess right now. This is a battery. Then they've got a little, this is nice, man. So there is, it's on and off. There's a battery in here. Turn it on, and there it is. So this is a moisture reader here. We'll show this in the instructions, I suppose. And it's nicely mortised. Right in, pretty decent construction. You guys know I build furniture for a living. These are mitered joints. It is cedar. It's just glued. I don't see any pin nails holding it together unless they filled them, and my eyeballs aren't reading that. But it looks pretty good to me. It came with fingerprints, so there we have it. There is a slot, what you call a dado, on the sides here, and there's a wooden runner in here. So it's just going to register on that. Kind of like that console I showed you guys. And there's a dauber here. I'm sure this has something to do with adding moisture to these things here. So I thought maybe, it looks like there's maybe lighting in here. It would help if I looked at the instructions, wouldn't it? You guys know me. I'm not an instructions guy. I judge, judge is a strong word, every product on the simplicity of design, meaning when you take it out of the box, you should be able to figure it out without the need for instructions. That's a well-designed product. All right, if you've got to start going through instructions to figure it out, it's overcomplicated. Again, this is cedar here, all on this inside lip. That gives you an airtight seal around here. The whole thing is cedar. I see a veneer line here, which tells me this is more than likely a cedar veneer on the inside here, but the drawers themselves are solid cedar. The trim around here is solid cedar. And you could just, might have a magnet in here too, because when I pull it to here, it wants to pull closed. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so there's a USB plug-in here. Let me check this out here. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so there's no charge on this now. Let's see if I have the right sort of charger. I don't. So this is a pet peeve of mine with all companies. They will send you this charger. This is a USB to USB-C, but they won't give you the plug. So I guess they assume everybody has those. Maybe you do. And I'm sure I do at home. I'm just not sure if I have one right now here at the shop. Let me take a quick pause and look in the van to see if I have one, because if I have one, I'll have it there. Because if it has lights in here, I want to show you how cool it looks. Okay, I don't have one in the van. However, Right behind here, I just scoped one. So this is for my iPod. Let's see. It should work. Need one. I don't know. I mean, charge an extra $2 for the product and include one of these things, all right? I'm sure people will really appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do here. I know. I'm so pro. I'm so pro. Let's see if this works. It works. Look at that. That's okay. It might seem corny to you, but come on, man. That's beautiful. This is mood lighting. You got your cigar humidor there. You got a bunch of cigars in there. You got some Marvin Gaye playing. You got the mood lighting from your Needone cigar humidor going. The ladies don't stand a chance, fellas. I'm telling you. This is all you need. This, little Marvin Gaye, and, you know, this is giving you all the ambiance and atmosphere you need. I'm just having fun with you. Okay, that's it. There's nothing to know. The other two, you plug them in, and that is an electrical system that works the humidifying. Clearly, this doesn't have that. This is strictly, this thing here is just for the light. There's a switch on the back corner here. I'll show it to you. Clear as day, it's right there. I'll look at the instructions to find out. I don't think this is charging. I'm assuming this needs to be plugged in for it to have to put something heavy on that. It's going to make another off-color joke, but I'll leave it alone. All right. So that's it. That's it. So step 3, we covered that. The internal hydrometer, I think that's what it says. It's very tiny print. I mean, very tiny print. Need one, just so you know, most of the people buying this are old people like me, you know. Our eyeballs are failing. I don't expect you to include a pair of reading glasses with this. You could at least include the AC plug for the USB adapter. We have our own reading glasses. Or a giant magnifying glass like Al Swearingen on Deadwood here. I mean, that's where we're at here. But I've been watching that series lately. So it's so funny. I was watching it last night, and I went out in between episodes, and I smoked a cigar on my back porch. It can be observed every few days. If the humidity is insufficient, additional water needs to be added, and if the humidity is too high, put it in a dehumidification bag. And the rest is plugging this thing in, and it says close the cabinet door. You could plug in the it's 5-volt power supply. Well, it doesn't have a 5-volt power supply. All it has is a cable, unless I missed something here. There's nothing else in the box, so there is not a 5-volt power supply, but that's what it reads. Of course, it is very tiny print, so maybe I'm misreading it. Really tiny print. It says 5-volt power supply, and turn on the light via a USB cable. The product does not support the use of a something data cable, okay, with protocol to power to the product. There will be a phenomenon. There will be a phenomenon. The word phenomenon is written here. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. That it cannot be charged. Please use the digital charging cable. The phenomenon was an interesting choice of words. Yeah, it has to be plugged in for the lights to work, just like we already figured out, without the need for instructions. Well-designed product. The storage space on the top can be used for the cigars that are about to be used. as well as for other accessories. Okay, that's an interesting point. So that's interesting. What I gather from that statement is you put your cigars here that you're storing, and then the ones that you're smoking you put up here, or you put all your cigars down here and you just use this top lid here, which is probably what I'll do for your cigar accoutrement, right? So your cigar cutters, your cigar lighter, your cigar matches, that sort of thing. I don't know if I've told you guys this before. I've done a few of these videos now reviewing these products. I was into cigars like heavy back in the 1990s, the early 1990s. Yeah, man, we're talking 30 years ago. I was smoking cigars. I was smoking sometimes a couple cigars in a day, but not every day. But I was easily smoking 4 or 5 cigars a week. And I went home at one point, and a lot of the old houses, I'm from a beach community called Seaside Park, New Jersey, and a lot of these homes were furnished already. Like if you were renting them and whatnot. And they belonged to friends and family of mine, many of them that went back all the way to like the founding of the town. And it had a lot of old furniture in there. And I would stumble upon, and we knew this, I knew this already, but a lot of them had cigar humidors. And back then, it was just a box. And inside the box, it was usually lined with like a copper or something like that. And then there was a hook in the top there. And you'd put a piece of fruit in there. And so you would take your Spanish cedar, you hope you had cedar trays, and you'd put them in there for your cigars, and you would just hang like a piece of an apple or something in there, and that's what would humidify your cigars. Really, really cool bit of trivia there. Because you'll find these old pieces of furniture, these old cigar humidors, but you don't know what it is. People don't know what it is, but if you see a little metal hook at the top, you know that's what that was. Let's give you some dimensions on this. I love it. This is a great size. This is great for a desktop, under a desk, stashed in a corner somewhere, in the bedroom. You know, we already went through the whole the whole ridiculous idea of using this as mood lighting. That's going to happen in my life. I guarantee you. You know, it's going to happen. Come here, baby. Let me light your beauty with my cigar humidor, my Needone cigar humidor. It is just over 16 inches tall. It's 16 1/16 of an inch tall. Depth, okay, back to front, not including the switch, which is barely anything, is 9 7/8 of an inch. That's an eighth of an inch narrower than 10 inches. Right? Less than 10 inches deep. Width. Wow, look at that. We're just over 11 inches. This is about 11 1/16 of an inch. I'm giving you to the 16th of an inch. That's what it is. So we got height just over 16, depth just under 10, width just over 11. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is well done. I'm kind of shocked about now, you know, I'm not going to say this is super high-end craftsmanship like I do. Of course, it's not. But for what this is, it's amazing. This is amazing. I think it's really cool. Let's give you a little close-up of this with the camera. And then that'll be the end of this video. So hang on, let's just do that. It smells great. I mean, it smells just like it should. It's exactly what Spanish cedar should smell like. We have our humidifier right here. As you saw already, it just pushes out from the back side. It's just a little mortise right there. Just a pressure fit. The fit and finish on this unit is no joke. There's a little on-off switch on here, and there's a battery. Obviously, it's working. Now let's push that back in there. Very impressed with this. You can watch this here. So it's got to have magnets in there, and that's what's pulling it. Which is, you know, I think the fit, the tightness of it could probably be better, but it fits so perfectly flush everywhere. It's a good enough seal for cigars, no problem. Up top, you can definitely feel. I can feel the vacuum. I can feel that. It wants to resist when I lift up on it. When you do this, you don't want to throw this thing open, okay? These hinges aren't designed for that sort of abuse. So, be smart about this. Lift up on it and just rest it back. Gently rest it back and let it stay there, and then get to what it is that you're doing here. Again, this moves. You don't need it at all. And it's cut exactly the right size. The friction works perfect with the little rubber ends on there. This is your humidifier itself. You could soak this, as they suggest, in a distilled water. I mean, people will do this. They'll add things. They'll add vanilla to that. I suppose you could add an essential oil. I don't know that much about it. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but I know people do it. I've heard of it anyhow. So again, there's 4 of these in total. You can see how my kind of fat fingers don't really fit in here. This is very small, but it's enough to grab and lift the unit, as you saw when I took it out of the box. It's the back side. It is plugged in right now with the cable that is provided. This is the on-off switch for the light. Very simple, but you can see the wood grain on this. It is beautiful. It's like an ebony. The Needone branding is very well done. Very well done. You can see through the top, obviously. So again, if you have a collection of cigar cutters or other cigar accoutrements, like I've said already, just because I like saying accoutrement, it makes me sound like sophisticated, which I am not. But you can put your stuff in there. Obviously, we can see hinges on this side here because, you have to. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this. I'm very pleased. I have to say thank you to Needone. You guys are awesome. I mean, thanks for believing in me and sending me the products. I can't give you any criticism on this. For those that don't know, I've been doing product reviews for a while now, and at first I was doing it like every other YouTuber does, and I was trying to make it like, oh, I love this product. It's the best product there is. That's extremely rare. Let's just be honest, right? A lot of the times you look at these products and they're pretty close to what you need. But in my opinion, there's almost always room for improvement. And I'll get critical. But I'm not being critical in a mean-spirited way. I'm just saying, hey, here's a suggestion. You can add this, you can do this, you can do that. Just like I made here, it'd be nice if the AC adapter was included with the USB charging cable. That would just be a nice thing for them to do. That's my only, if there's any criticism, that's it. Other than that, perfect. Well done, well executed, good job, Needone, very cool. The beauty of this too, okay, this is the other thing. The one that I have in Arizona, which is the medium size, I was going to put cigars in it. But for that to work, I have to leave it plugged in all the time. And I'm not there enough. And I'm sure it doesn't draw that much power, but that's power I'm paying for, and I'm not there. No power, unless I want to plug it in. So, you see the beauty of that, right? Get your cigars, put them in here. You got a humidifying reader right there. Batteries for that are cheap. So you can check what your humidity level is with your eyeballs. And if you need to add more, you take those things, you put some moisture in them. Again, these things here is basically just a sponge in there. You put the moisture in it, and you sit it in there, and it moisturizes. It humidifies. I'm not only sophisticated, I'm a bit of a palooka. So it will humidify your cigars, and that's it. It is that simple. So it draws no power unless you want to plug it in and use light. And those are little LED lights in there, right? I mean, I'm sure of that. So it looks cool. I don't know what it looked like on camera before, but you can see a nice glow there, and I think that's really neat. Okay, that is it. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you people tuning into the channel. I know these are weird when I do this because it's basically a commercial for this product. That's what this is. That's all this is. But I think it's a cool product. Maybe you do too. This is something you should look at. This should come out on August 2nd, this video, and they are going to provide me with, I believe, a discount link. I'm not big on participating in the affiliate programs where you make money and all that. I don't really care. I mean, I need money like everybody else. I wish they would just give me money to do the video. Here's a check, sir. Thank you, and be done with it. That and the product, and I'm happy. I don't want this ongoing thing. It's too much to deal with and paperwork and all that other stuff. It's just not my kind of thing. So that's it. You guys be good to one another. Be good humans, and I'll catch you in the next one.